In the vast, endless icy forest of Siberia, where the temperature drops to unimaginable -70 degrees Celsius, lies a small wooden house. This is the house of Samuil. For the past 20 years, Samuil has chosen to live far away from civilization, together with bears and wolves, in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Samuil's days begin with a routine that is both essential and demanding. Every morning, he rises early to listen to the news on his radio, which he ingeniously powered using batteries he created himself. But survival in Yakutia's harsh winter climate is not easy, and keeping his home warm is an ongoing battle. Every day as the sun rises, he ventures into the forest to gather enough wood to fuel the stove for the day. For Samuil, the daily task of collecting wood is a necessary, but grueling one, requiring multiple trips into the forest daily. Samuil built his house using logs from the forest, in order to keep the house warm during the harsh Yakutian winters. He insulated it with oakum, a material made from old rope that is often used in Yakutian houses. Instead of proper windows, he uses cellophane. However, cellophane is not an effective insulator. The house does not retain heat well, and that's why Samuil must constantly heat the house. The unforgiving climate in Yakutia demands respect and caution. The air in such a low temperature is painfully cold and biting. But by keeping active and doing physical work, one can stay warm. I was born in 1957. I have been living alone in the forest for 20 years already. I didn't like living in the village. To be honest, I am pretty used to living here. I just found it quite boring living in the village. I like living in the forest. And I don't want to leave here. Of course, it can be pretty dangerous to live alone here. When the weather is getting warmer, the berries start growing. Lots of bears come out. I see them often. But they don't mind me. Seems like they have enough food living 30 kilometers away from me. Samuil must also contend with the challenge of obtaining food. He doesn't hunt, and his only source of meat is through setting traps for hares. However, this method does not always work, and when supplies run low, he must make the long 5-hour walk to the village, a journey that can only be undertaken during the warmer months of spring and summer. I have to collect the wood several times a day. I have to heat my house non-stop, day and night, otherwise it is freezingly cold. Sometimes when I get tired and fall asleep in the morning, I can see that all my hair has frozen. It is cold, very cold when the house is warm. Samuil starts cooking his lunch. He eats once or twice a day, depending on his food stock. That is enough, all right. Now let's wait until it is cooked. Despite the scarcity of food, Samuil never forgets the needs of his four-legged friends, always ensuring that they receive a portion of his own food. In the afternoon, before the sun goes down, Samuil must get water from the lake. He relies on the lake's ice as his primary source for drinking and washing, as it is cleaner and safer than snow. The freezing process purifies the water, eliminating any impurities present before it was frozen. This daily routine is crucial for Samuil, as it ensures he maintains good health. If I get cold, I usually make tea from spruce needles. Another great medicine is the leaves of the aspen. You need to take the leaves from the newly grown aspen and put them in the warm water for about 2 hours, and then drink it. It is really good to reduce a fever or cough next day. You will feel great and healthy again. Living in the coldest place on Earth has its advantages. One of them is that Samuil doesn't need a refrigerator to keep his food fresh. The extremely cold weather acts as a natural freezer, allowing him to store his food outside. The only thing he has to be aware of is bears. Samuil needs to hide his food well to protect his food supply. Look, if I had a proper window, wouldn't it be so cold inside the house when dinner time comes? Samuil is busy making Yakutian bread using soda, water, and flour. It is a simple and fast recipe that produces a tasty bread and keeps him full. You need to use a lot of flour for this bread. I am not usually cooking that much bread. It is kind of a treat because it needs a lot of flour, but for the last New Year Eve day, I cooked Yakutian pancakes. Fried meat pies. Samuil's life has been filled with hardship, and part of the reason that he decided to live alone in the forest was because his family died at his young age. But despite losing everything he held dear and the hardships that life has dealt, he never lost his kindness or his love for those around him. Even living in the harshest of environments, he found a way to shine a light in the darkness. Our small gift to Samuel from our team. Thank you so much, it is so good. Thank you so much, guys. When I get closer to my land, I start remembering my childhood, my old beloved mother with grey hair went to the sky. Listen to me, my beloved mother. Listen to me, I know that you will find me. I am your son, and I am always here with you. I know that you will find me, mother. Please don't be sad. Your son will come and see you soon. Very soon will come back. K2, you.